Hey everyone, welcome back to the Fixture by Women's ICC and happy National Girls and Women in Sports Day. I'm Megan Reyes, your host, and I'm a freelance social media strategist and content creator in sports. As always, I am here to recap the latest news and stories in women's soccer from this week. In this episode, we're going to talk about Lindsey Horan's move from Portland to Lyon, as well as the latest in the Women's FA Cup and the NWSL Collective Bargaining Agreement. Ally is a champion of women's soccer, and they did not just stop with the WICC Best 11. Ally is providing these world-class athletes a platform to share their inspiring stories that go beyond who they are on the field, but how they also make a difference in their worlds. Join us as we learn how each player becomes more than just a footballer, but also a game changer. Be sure to tune into the series on the NWSL social and YouTube channels to hear firsthand from these players and their game-changing stories. Okay, and so big news from this week. Portland Thorn and U.S. Women's International Lindsey Horan is heading to Lyon on a loan through June 2023. Lindsey previously spent time in France where she played 4 seasons for PSG, tallying 46 goals for the club. She will be joining her fellow U.S. international Catarina Macario in Lyon's midfield. And while Portland will be without Lindsey for the next year and a half, the club recently signed midfielder Hina Sagita from Japan. Portland Thorns head coach Rianne Wilkinson said Hina is an incredibly sophisticated player who will bring a lot to our team. When it comes to reclaiming the league title back from PSG and also challenging Barcelona in the Champions League, adding Horan to the midfield may be the answer Lyon and their supporters are looking for. Over the weekend, PSG knocked Lyon out of the Coupe de France with a 3-0 victory in the round of 16. Lyon still sit atop the table with 36 points in the D1 Feminine. I feel like things are just starting to get spicy though over in France, so we have a lot to look out for the rest of the season. If you know me, advocating for equality in women's sports is something I'm particularly passionate about, so I want to spend a little bit of time recapping the latest in the Women's FA Cup. Following criticism from Chelsea's Emma Hayes, as well as Aston Villa's Carla Ward, alongside planned fan protests, the Football Association announced an increase in prize offering for the Women's Cup starting in 2023. As it currently stands, the Men's Cup prize offering is £1.8 million. The Women's Cup prize offering is £25,000. That is not even 2% of what the men's champions would receive. The £25,000 prize offering, which for context is about $33,000, is not very incentivizing or attractive to big clubs such as Chelsea or Manchester United, let alone to the lower division clubs with little to no funding who compete in FA Cup and make the tournament so special. The Football Association announced a significant prize increase, yet that number has not been disclosed. I will say this until I'm blue in the face: we must continue to invest in women and women's sports in order to grow the game we love. Okay, time for tweet of the week. It's kind of tweets of the week, but all the same. We are staying on the topic of pay inequities in women's soccer. The NWSL and NWSLPA have finally agreed to a collective bargaining agreement. The CBA came on the eve of the February 1st deadline and is the first not only in the league, but in women's professional soccer in the United States. As we recapped last week, the main points of contention for the players were higher wages and free agency. The CBA includes free agency, which will start in 2023 for players with 6 or more years in the league. It also includes a 60% increase in minimum salary from $22,000 to $35,000 starting in 2022, as well as increased benefits including free housing, transportation, health insurance, and 401k matching. As someone passionate about mental health awareness, I think it's huge the CBA also includes paid mental health leave. OL Reign forward Bethany Balser, who has been very open about how she manages her mental health, shared this tweet saying, "What hits home for me is the 6-month paid mental health leave, because it means players don't have to be forced to show up every day if they feel the weight of anxiety and depression." The ratification of the CBA is a historic moment not only in the NWSL, but for women's soccer in the United States. Congratulations to the players, and you should all be proud for advocating for what you deserve. And as you all know, I usually can't decide on just one tweet of the week, so for the second, I want to show some love and shout out to the Philippine women's national team. I'm a first-generation Filipina American, so it's very exciting that the women's national team are not only heading to the semifinals of the Women's Asian Cup, but have qualified for their first ever FIFA Women's World Cup appearance in 2023. The Malditas qualified after winning in a penalty shootout over Chinese Taipei. Congratulations, Malditas, mabuhay. Okay, everyone, that's what I have for you this week. Thank you for joining me yet again on The Fixture, and happy National Girls and Women in Sports Day. You can find us on Twitter and Instagram at ICC Women, and on Facebook, International Champions Cup. I'm on Twitter and Instagram at Meg Reyes _. See you all again next week.